Hi, everyone. My name is Lydia Martinez. I am the founder and CEO of L Marketing and Events, and I'm here today with Kareen. Hi there.
Hello, thanks for having me.
So, you might recognize Kareen if you've watched any of our other live streams. She is our social media manager and runs the social media team here at L Marketing, but she also owns her own consulting business and agency as well called Hone Your Social. And so, Kareen, when she was getting ready to actually launch a website, she came to us at L Marketing and asked us to help her build that site, which we were delighted to do and really honored to be a part of that. Kareen, talk to me a little bit about the process or why you decided you like desperately needed a website.
Yeah, so I did not have a website for the first 2.5 years of my business. I was purely on social media because I wanted to practice what I was preaching and show people that you can harness the power of social media to grow your business. And I was able to do that. But eventually, 2.5 years in, I wanted to offer maybe more premium services. And I felt like I needed a larger brand presence online and kind of bring in some legitimacy to my business. So I thought that was the perfect time to kind of build a professional website. But I
And
had no idea how to do it.
Yeah, and I'll confess, I was a solid almost 3 years into my business too before I had a website, because you're so busy building a business that it keeps like falling to the bottom of the stack. And I know how to build websites. I kept thinking I was going to do it myself, and then I was like, No way. No
Yeah,
way do I have the time to do this."
yeah.
Um, so talk to me about what some of your goals were early on for that website. You mentioned, kind of increasing the legitimacy of your business, building some authority. What else did you hope to accomplish?
Yeah, I wanted to have kind of a central location that listed all of the different ways people could work with me and have just a place that people could go to find out more information, basically. When I kind of do sales calls with people, before I was just sending them to my Instagram page and I had maybe like a proposal put together for them. But I wanted to have just like one extra place that they could go and read more information on their own time to make sure that working with me would be a good fit for them.
Yeah. That research piece is really, really important, I think, and showcasing who you are, what you're about, and telling that story of what the experience is going to be working with you. I have your website popped up here. I'm going to put it onto the screen so that everybody can see. So this is the Hone Your Social website that we built for Kareen right here. And I'll kind of scroll through this a little bit as we're talking. But Kareen, one of the things that made building your website so much easier for us is when you came to us, you already had a really great brand. You had this really beautiful logo, you had a really nice icon with it, that heart with the hashtag in it. You had your brand colors solidified. You had some really great like wallpapers and patterns and things like that. Talk to us just for a second about how you created this brand before you even got to us.
Yeah, so I had help with that as well. I definitely like to stay in my zone of genius, which is kind of social media strategy and content creation. So when I can outsource extra things for my business, I definitely lean into that. So I worked with a really great company to help me develop this brand, and I absolutely love it. I love the different colors. I think it's so pretty.
Yeah, it's really, really pretty. It feels very playful,
Yeah.
um, which I think is delightful. And it had some great colors to it. And so we were able to do things to wrap that level of like playfulness and creativity into the website. So, for example, putting in layers of the patterns, overlapping different color panels to make things stay out, making the call to action buttons, two-toned and multicolored, playing with adding those color elements into icons as well within the website. Um, so
I,
talk to me. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was going to say I wanted to give a shout out to you as well for helping me with the brand photography that matches almost perfectly with the colors throughout the site and throughout my business. So I love that we could loop those in as well.
I am a big believer in 2-for-1 content, and so we were doing photos of our team for L Marketing, and while Kareen was there anyways, I was like, just dress in your brand colors, like come show up. We'll make sure that we're getting some really great photos for you as well. So looking at this website, you'll notice that some of the things that we have in here are some testimonials. So we have stories about what Kareen, what it's like to work with Kareen. We have documentation about where she's been featured. Um, and again, that shows legitimacy. Uh, there's the opportunity to join her email list right here. So that's a good call to action. And then there's multiple times throughout the page where you can like book a call, work with me, find me on Instagram, let's work together. So there's all different ways throughout this website to literally talk to Kareen on many different levels. And that's one thing that's really important on the website. And we really worked on these calls to action. What was the journey that you wanted people to take through your website?
Yeah, it's a really good question. So for me, I think booking a call is the most important way for me to initially kind of meet new people and I guess offer my services to them. So booking a call is really important. However, I know loads of people are not ready to book a call straight off the bat. So I wanted to have other options for people to either follow me on Instagram so they could get to know my content better and know me a little bit better. And then also sign up to an email list or getting a free resource from the website is also a nice transition into eventually booking a call. So while the book a call is kind of the end goal, we wanted to kind of meet people where they were at on their buying journey and offer different, I guess, resources for them that were free throughout the website.
Yeah, I love that. And so it's basically set up so that if people click that book a call, they go straight to your Calendly. It's very, very seamless, 2 clicks, and they are signed up.
Yes.
And so we wanted to make it as easy as possible. And it's optimized for both mobile and for, and for your other pages. The other thing that I really love about your website, Kareen, is you do a great job of just embracing your story. And that's something else that I think a lot of times people leave out of the mix. Um, and so talk to us just a little bit about your story and why that's so important for people to know about.
Yeah, so when I first started my business, I definitely shied away from sharing my story. I just didn't think it was interesting enough. Yeah, okay, I've traveled and I kind of fell into this business, but I don't know, I just didn't really know how to embrace the like authentic story behind my brand. However, when I reflected on all the businesses I like to work with or buy from, it's because I relate to like their owner story or their brand story. And I thought, okay, well, there are people out there that will read or hear my story and then want to work with me because of it. So that really was a turning point mindset wise as a business owner. So I thought, okay, well, let's brainstorm all these stories that I have within me and how I ended up starting my own business and my own agency. And I, had some help from your copywriters that were helping me with the website. And together, I think we crafted a really great story that people can relate to. So thank you for that.
Yeah, absolutely. So talk to me just a little bit about what it was like working with our team to build your website. Because I'll tell you right now, it's hard when you're building your own website. Um, it's like, I don't know, designing a nursery for your baby. Like it's so hard to think through that on your own. And it feels really, really close to home. And every decision feels monumental. So talk about your experience, kind of start to finish, some of the nitty gritty of how we helped support you.
Yeah. So initially, I had built a website for my food blog that I was doing SLC food scene, and I had done it on WordPress, and it literally took me months and I was never happy with it. And I was constantly like trying to troubleshoot things and looking up YouTube videos to guide me through how to do it. And I
Wow.
thought, okay, I cannot go through that whole process again on my own. I am I'm going to outsource this monumental project to people that know what they're doing and can make the process super easy for me. And I'm so happy that I did, because your team was so knowledgeable, from wireframes, which I'd never even heard of before, to copywriting, to knowing like design features and how to make it all work together and move so seamlessly and be easy to use both on mobile and your desktop. It was fantastic. And literally, I like to know all the details. And I asked so many questions of your team, but they were always so responsive and helpful. So it was really, really great to work with you.
I really have tried to instill a culture of a culture of kind of helpfulness uh, in our agency. So really making it okay for our clients to ask questions. We never get annoyed. Some people are like, just take care of it, please. And I don't need to know the nitty gritty. And some people are like you, where they're like, no, I'd really like to know what's the reasoning, what's the thinking. Let's talk through this. And we are always willing to go through that process, because ultimately this is your baby. You need to be the one that's happy with it. And also you need to be the one that's caring for it um,
Yeah.
afterwards.
Yeah, 100%. So I do have Paula on your team kind of manage it month to month just to make sure everything's up to date. But now, in terms of like imagery and copy, that now falls to me. And I'm really happy how easy it is to make changes, because I asked all those questions during the process and I was involved, like it was a collaborative effort.
Yeah.
Um, Now that I own the website and it's just me looking after it, really, I can make those changes. If I need to change the book a call link or whatever it is, it's so easy to make that change on my own. And I'm not a super techie person.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's been set up in such a way that anybody can make changes, which is great.
That's amazing. And that's another one of our goals. I've worked with web developers in the past that they'll either use a complex coding language, or they will build a site that is so complex that you literally, or a proprietary coding of theirs,
Mm.
that you have to like go knock on their door and pay them every time you want to make even little changes. And so when that's the case, it's actually really hard to feel good about your website. You start to feel like you're being held hostage just a little
Mm.
bit. And Corinne, you've heard me say this like 500 times, but I'm a big believer that you should own your own stuff. You should have the keys
Yeah.
to the kingdom. It belongs to you. You paid for it. So I love hearing that you've been able to go in and make those changes and feel really good about that.
Yeah, it's been super easy.
So, we have a really amazing team. Brandon, who is our website project manager, Paula, who is our WordPress designer and developer. We have a team that can work on strategy and helping you map out the flow of your website and what that looks like. What are some other things that kind of helped you go from no website at all and not really knowing what it was going to be to finished product?
I mean, all of the above.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think just the whole website development team, like from meeting initially to discuss goals, to kind of having progress meetings along the way to like check in and say, hey, does this wireframe work for you? Hey, how does this design, work? What about this functionality? Every little step along the way was just so helpful to creating a beautiful website that I absolutely love. So I wouldn't
Yeah.
change a thing.
And that is one thing that I also pride ourselves on is when we're building out a website, we get face-to-face time 3 to 4 times to get feedback. And then we're constantly sending additional pieces. along the road, here's the out, we start out with, here's your sitemap. This is what we think the website should look like, just as far as pages. And then here's the page outlines and wireframes. Wireframes are like it's like a very rough sketch of what we expect it to look like. And it shows where the copy is and where the buttons are and where the images are. And then we'll actually build out the homepage and do a homepage preview and talk through, do you like the design? Are there things that you are not wild about? So talk to us about that feedback process. What was it? Because sometimes it's nerve-wracking to like tell somebody, I don't like that.
Yeah, I actually didn't feel that way, which is funny for me, because normally I kind of tiptoe around things, but since starting my business, I've been on this huge personal development journey, and
Yeah.
I kind of had 2.5 years to think about what I want my website to be like. So when the process was actually happening, I was so excited, and I was just so excited to work with the team. And really, yeah, okay, I made some recommendations, but as a whole, they listened to me in every single meeting and kind of went back, and kind of worked on the designs and how to incorporate the colors and all my branding really well. So, after like our initial few conversations, I didn't have to make a whole ton of changes. So it was
And
really
that's
great.
always the goal, is like towards the end, we're like really on point with the design, your vision, things like that, so that most of the time when we get to a final meeting, we're just ready to go.
Yeah. Yeah.
And ready to launch.
Mhm.
So, well, congratulations on your beautiful website. I know that you right now, like every business owner does, like all the time, you're in the midst of a bit of a pivot. So talk a little bit about that, because your website's going to be changing again soon.
Yeah. So when we initially built out this website, it leaned more towards kind of freelance coaching, that I had been working on for about 18 months. And over, I guess, Christmas, New Year's, I kind of went back home to Ireland and I had some time away from my business. And I thought, you know what? I really want to lean more into social media strategy. It's what I'm good at. It's what I most enjoy. It's what my team likes to do. So between social media, kind of consulting, and then content creation, that's kind of our two main focuses now moving forward in 2022. So I've already made some changes myself because it's so easy for me to do that now on the website. But yeah, I'll probably refresh some images and kind of, yeah, develop this new brand a little bit further as we move throughout the year.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much, Kareen, for joining me today. It was a delight to build your website, and also to sit on the front row and watching your business grow and develop over the years. I got to be one of your early clients and partners, and have been so thrilled to just see your growth trajectory. So congratulations on everything.
Thank you. It's been a dream working with you as kind of partners, but then also I needed your help to get this website done. So thank you and the team for that.
Absolutely. So thank you so much, everybody who tuned in. If you are needing support building your website, or even just strategy to kind of have an idea of what it is you need, please don't hesitate to reach out to our team. And we would be delighted to help you with that. And again, thanks for tuning in. Have a great day.